Radio is a station brought to you by WPEX-FM 90.9.
Hey, take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Welcome everybody, and back here at Lunenburg Field on it's day 3, but it's actually in reality it's day 2.
Yeah.
It's the Dixie Youth District 5 All-Star Tournament. I'm John Hart, along with Robbie Hart, and of course Tim is up on top of the White Elephant, and then of course Jenny is taking our DVD sales and stuff at the window. And welcome to the broadcast here on www.Southside Sports Network, I guess. Yep. Anyway, today's contest will be Lunenburg will be going up against the Crewe Burkeville. And, well, especially when it comes to Crewe Burkeville, we have recognized a few names because, you know, as being a coach in Blackstone League, we played against them a couple of times, like Pete Reed and, of course, Garnes, which will be starting pitcher today. And, of course, one of the best players actually the best player in that league, in my opinion, was, of course,
Thomas Parrish. Yeah,
Parrish.
The big guy you see on the screen there. And they got a national anthem here.
All right, so we'll pause for the national anthem. And if we can focus in on the flag. As they present the colors and, of course, the national anthem to start things off again. And, well, we're going to be starting the game in just a few minutes, and we'll pause right here. We'll be right back, folks, with the starting of today's game against Lunenburg and Crewe Burkeville, so don't go away.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons in Crewe are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile, located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. telephone 434-538-0595.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
Nurse, set up an IV. And you, her boyfriend, you were the driver?
Yes, doctor, but I didn't mean to hurt her. I only had a few drinks. I was just buzzed.
Just buzzed? Oh, then your girlfriend is fine.
Hey, sweetie. I feel great.
She's really okay?
What, are you kidding? No, not really. Nurse, get me a suture kit. Stat.
Buzzed driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
What does your world sound like? That's geography, the music of the world around you. Geography is people, places, environments, and economics. Geography gives us the framework for understanding our world. But sadly, our kids aren't getting enough of it. Half can't locate economic powers like Japan and India, and 20% can't even find the Pacific Ocean. That's why we created MyWonderfulWorld.org. It's part of a free National Geographic-led campaign to give our kids the power of global knowledge. Go to MyWonderfulWorld.org to learn more and get your free parent and teacher action kits. It's a wonderful world.
As we kind of get ready to start off this game against Lunenburg and Crewe Burkeville, my goodness, Robbie, he started off with a big bang. Examining, the umpires came over on both benches and started examining those bats, scrutinizing hard.
Yeah, I think they had a couple of broken bats rather this tournament, so they're trying to be very careful. Don't want any of the kids to get hurt this time.
Yeah, we had one, of course, Brandon Parrish of Blackstone had a bat. What like a $350 bat, man. He
I tell you what.
Anyway, he got up there and he hit it one time, and the thing kind of made a funny noise. Instead of, like it goes ding, it just kind of went chong, and the umpire heard it. He looked at it, and he had to change bats. Could no longer use it.
I tell you what, $300, that bat better be able to hit home runs by itself. Anyways, coming up first for Lunenburg will be L.J. Watson, the second baseman. And we'll be starting out with him on this very sunny, very hot day here Sunday.
Here comes Garnes. He will take this first pitch, and this will be a pop-up to Garnes, out number one. So one pitch and one out. And I got a feeling that that's what you're going to see in this ball game. We'll see.
They kind of gave him that one, didn't they?
Here's what I don't think you'll see, Robbie. I don't think you're going to see Crewe Burkeville walk a lot of runs.
Yeah, I agree with that. But we do know that Lunenburg can hit the ball.
All right, here comes now one of the best hitters on the team, Josh Pantner. This ball is going to be low, ball one.
I just tell. Put it in there, baby. Dog it up, Crewe Burkeville.
Good defense, though, that Crewe Burkeville has. Here comes the next pitch, and this one's going to be a high fly ball, and this one's going to be a good, beautiful catch by the right fielder. For Crewe Burkeville, came up there and just, what a play he made.
That was
now
a beautiful
out
grab.
Number two.
Beautiful grab.
So 3 balls and 2 outs. It looks like Mr. Garnes might get out of this inning just with a very few pitches. All right, Mark Foster is up. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. That'll be in there for strike number one. One thing better than just pure strikes out, if your outfielder can help out and keep those pitches down, that's always good. Here comes the windup in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike number two. No balls and 2 strikes is the count with 2 outs.
Meg Foster is the pitcher for Lunenburg.
Yep.
He had a few good hits yesterday as well.
So here we go. 0-2 count. Here comes the windup now by Garnes. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be a chop up. It could fall in for a base hit. It does. And very quickly, Thomas Parrish for Crewe Burkeville will grab it. And Foster will remain at first base.
Well, I'll tell you, Parrish was looking to throw that kid out at first, but that guy on first wasn't ready.
Yep, he was trying. Not only that, he kind of looked down and was thinking about his next play before his current one. Here comes Ethan Hoover. Ethan Hoover, of course, hit a home run yesterday, so trying to repeat his success.
Here comes now the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Not pulling his head,
strike
though.
1.
He was unsure about that swing there.
Bring it, baby, bring it.
So we got no balls and 1 strike, and so far Garnes is having his way.
Yeah, it's two outs. My scoreboard's a little off for some reason.
Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss, and there for strike number 2. That's what you want to do in all respects. Help your pitcher out as much as you can. That's exactly what Crewe Burkeville has done so far in this game as we start off well. Here comes Garnes now with a pitch. Way high. That was kind of a sucker floater.
That was a knuckleball.
Yep. And that knuckleball kind of floated pretty high too. But that only brings up 1 ball and 2 strikes. Garnes now looks. He winds up. Here comes delivery. And strike number 3. First strikeout. And that will retire the side. Go to the bottom of the first, ladies and gentlemen. It is Crewe Burkeville nothing and Lunenburg nothing. And we will be right back right after this.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons in Crewe are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile, located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
Integrates, make more friends and express their individuality. When they learn to play some music, act or paint or dance or write creatively.
Hot from the toaster and filled with the essential creative thinking skills of an 18th century musical genius, Mozart Toasties are an important part of an arts-healthy childhood. Studies show that involvement in the arts helps kids increase test scores and promotes academic achievement. Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org. The arts. Ask for more. Brought to you by Americans for the Arts, the NAM Foundation, and the Ad Council.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
Okay, here we go. Start up, and this will be Pete Reed that will be up first.
Pete Reed, shortstop for the Crewe Burkeville team.
And here comes down the pitch. Swing and a miss is in there for strike 1.
Pulled his head big time.
Yeah, bigger. Yeah, real big. They got to be patient. This guy's throwing low, scoot up in that box. There he goes.
So Mike Foster now look, winds up, hard hit ball right up the center. That's going to be in there for a base hit. So they get the leadoff runner on board, and that's going to bring up Dustin Reynolds.
Dustin Reynolds, a second baseman for the Crewe Burkeville squad.
Yep.
I tell you, Reed stepped up in that box so he could cut that low ball off and got right on top of it.
Yeah.
Also not a real fast pitcher. We'll see what takes place. Now Reed looks, winds up. One runner on board for Crewe Burkeville. That one's going to be low for ball one. Reed will scoot down to second base and be completely unchallenged on that one. 1 ball and no strikes now to Dustin Reynolds. Garnes will be on deck. Here comes a wind up. Here comes a pitch. That's going to be in there for strike one. That was a nice pitch, but it was awful. Trouble is, I didn't have much heat on it.
Yeah. But, you know, to be fair, we've always seen that... I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought there.
All right, here comes a wind-up, the pitch.
Way outside.
That's way outside for ball two. So all of a sudden, Burkeville is starting to answer very, very quickly as they had a good defensive series, almost 3 up and 3 down. Well, not 3 up, they had one guy on base, but anyway, swing and a miss. It's in there for strike two, 2 into his account. But
and I gotta be, this is what I'm kind of worried about for Crewe though, is that I don't think they're gonna have the depth of hitting the other teams. I think they're gonna be much better on the defensive side, especially with their pitching. But I think they're gonna have a real problem on the hitting side, frankly. But I don't know. We haven't seen them play, so I'm not sure.
Here's a hard hit ball, and that one's going to go for another base hit. They're going to bring one run in. They're going to try to get him, and it's going to slide in. That'll be a double, and it'll actually go to third base. And already it's 2 to nothing in favor of Crewe Burkeville.
1-0. 1-0.
I thought 2 came in.
No, just one. Only one.
All right. All right, well, that will now bring up Garnes. He's a left-hand hitter.
Garnes, of course, pitching. Pitcher for the Crewe Burkeville team.
Yeah, I thought maybe 2 men came in, but no, you're right. Only one. Hard hit ball. That's going to be center field. That's going, and it's out of here. Well, I predicted this.
Don't get too early on predictions. This is how the other game started last night.
Well, that's going to bring that guy on third in anyway. Now I'll make it 3-0 with a home run by Garnes. Well, there's good news and bad news. And the good news is there's no runners up. Bad news is they got Thomas Parrish coming up.
Yeah.
And if I was them people behind the left field fence, I think I'd put my batting helmet on. Garnes, a travel ball team player. So is Thomas Parrish. Here comes now the pitch. And that was a foul back by Thomas Parrish in there for strike one. 3-0 already from a Garnes for the Garnes home run with a man on board. All right, here comes Foster now with a pitch. And this one's going to be a hard hit ball. That one's going to go all the way to the center field. And Parrish will be on first base. Well, that's going to bring up Ricky Aguilera. I knew I was going to mess up that.
Aguilera, like Christina Aguilera. Except not Christina Aguilera. I think you wouldn't appreciate me.
I'll never get it right, but anyway.
You can go and expect Thomas probably still right here no matter what.
As fast as he is, he'll be halfway down there by the time the crack of the mitt from the catcher hits us.
Yeah, I believe Thomas Parrish. He reminds me of Joseph Reed from last year. 2-3 steps, he's already there. All right, everybody kind of went silent for a second. Now the game has stopped.
Pitcher needs to tuck his shirt in.
Well, that's important. So were those bats. I mean, it was interesting to see how they were. Umpire was checking those bats, man. I mean, he just didn't rub his hands on it. He made sure, looked the writing and everything on the bats, making sure they were legal. Well, I can understand that. Okay, here comes now the pitch. That one's, that's going to be an interesting. They're going to.
He messed up. He's out.
Yep, he might be out on that. Yep. What happened was that it was right in the middle of the baseline. That's going to be challenged, though, by the Crewe Burkeville coach.
They're going to talk about this one. I guess we'll hold up.
Yep. What happened was Parrish went to steal, but he was in the line.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
the first baseman stepped right in front of him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Parrish kind of went back and stepped on first base like he's not. They called Parrish actually out for a second.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would.
But That doesn't seem right.
That's
now,
exactly.
Actually, they're going to give him. Oh, so they're going to give
right
Parrish
call,
second
right
base.
call.
That was the right call. I agree.
Most definitely the right call.
Yep.
You can't impede the runner.
Yep.
Well, Hoover's a pretty big guy, too, so both him and Parrish, that was quite a collision.
That was a collision.
And here comes the Lunenburg coach out there, and they're going to protest this
He's going
thing.
to protest. Yeah. Well, I can't say I blame him. I mean, he has to make the argument at least.
Well, folks that are buying the DVDs will be able to go back and take a look at that. But he was definitely, the way I saw it from here, he was definitely in the baseline.
I had 2 camera views right on it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure, though, that this ruling's going to stand, though. I'm like you, Tim. That was the right call.
Yeah, you can't impede the runner.
And Parrish, he's a pretty well-disciplined player. He's not the kind of guy that's going to just zoom off the base and get offline. He usually, he's that good of a base runner. So I don't think that's a problem. Thomas Parrish plays travel ball for the Richmond Braves, and he plays center field, pitches. Sure, he can do many other things, I guess.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
That's what we all saw, though. Nice round player. Tall guy. Tall and fast.
He's definitely got a bright future ahead of him.
All right, so now they're going to play ball. Everything will stand. No balls at 1 strike now. So now, Ricky will step back up to the plate and see what he can do. We have no outs, actually. Here comes the pitch, and that one looks like it's going to be a bunt.
Foul ball.
But it went foul, and that's going to be strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes. 3-0, Crewe Burkeville lead. And that was done by a Garnes home run with a runner on board. They already led 1-0. Here comes now the pitch. And this one's going to be right to the center, but the shortstop's going to back him up. Not in time.
Got him. Nope, it was in time. They got him.
Yeah,
Did they get him in time?
Yeah.
Yes. But Alvin Parrish to third base.
I had the camera guy that's taking pictures in front of me, and, well, he got a better view than I did. I didn't see anything. But that was close.
That was close.
Well, that brings all up important, at least that first out. And that's going to bring up Seth French.
Yep, Seth French. Extra
Finch.
Sub for the Crewe team.
Anyway, he fakes a bunt on that one. Pulls back in time for ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Foster now takes, that one goes sky high. Parrish will remain on third, obviously, but he's ready to steal. If I guarantee he'll try to do that if the catcher somehow mishandles it and the ball goes south somewhere. But he's just going to remain on third. Foster now winds up. Here comes now the pitch. He fakes the bunt again. Everybody charges. And that's going to be in there for ball number 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Foster doesn't want to lose him.
No.
Here comes the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be in there for ball 4. So another runner gets on board, and you'll probably see Fence hit on down to second base. And if Lunenburg was smart, they'll just throw it back to the pitcher.
Yeah.
Especially with Parrish on third base.
Yeah, Parrish is too fast for you to try something like that.
Yeah, you want to try to cut that run off.
It's going to be very difficult if the ball is hit, though, even in the infield, to check that runner at third base and try to get the man out. And that one's down the middle for strike 1. And that was a pretty pitch. I'm surprised he didn't swing at that one unless he's just waiting on it on purpose.
Yeah.
That was a nice pitch. Now here comes the wind up the pitch, way low, ball 2. All right, here comes Parrish. He slides in there, no problem, and that'll be 4-0. So everybody that Crewe Burkeville has gotten on base has able to score. Runner will advance to second on a steal, of course. I told you a bad mishandle was going to score Parrish.
Oh, yeah, he's probably one of the fastest kids in this whole league.
Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be right to Foster. Checks the runner at second and gets that second out. And that is going to bring up, I believe, is this Atkinson that's going to be up, Robbie?
I asked Nolan Snyder.
Oh, that was Atkinson.
That was Atkinson, yeah.
All right, he struck out, got out there on that fielder's choice. That'd be Snyder. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Sidearm throw there.
Yep, strike number one. No balls and 1 strike, 2 outs.
Finch there on second base.
Here comes now the pitch. And that one's going to be in there for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the first, 4-0, Crewe Burkeville lead. Foster winds up, pitches it, and that's going to be in there for strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Foster's pitching strikes.
Yeah, he's throwing 16 strikes, 8 balls so far, but those hits are killing him.
Here comes now the pitch. Strike number 3. Well, it didn't kill him that time as that'll retire to side. As we go to the top of the second right now, it will be 4-0 in favor of Crewe Burkeville. We're going to be right back right after these messages.
Nurse, set up an IV. And you, her boyfriend, you were the driver?
Yes, doctor, but I didn't mean to hurt her. I only had a few drinks. I was just buzzed.
Just buzzed? Oh, then your girlfriend is fine.
Hey, sweetie. I feel great.
She's really okay?
What, are you kidding? No, not really. Nurse, get me a suture kit. Stat.
Buzzed driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Don't settle for less than the best. Call Debbie's Doodles today for your beautiful professional business cards, church and business stationery, church bulletin signs, and much, much more. And if you need a design and not quite sure what you want, have a sit-down consult with Debbie and she'll fix you right up with just the right one for your business, church, or organization. Be blessed with the best, giving God the glory for it all. Debbie's Doodles, located at 501 Brunswick Avenue in Blackstone. For more information, call 434-292-3378.
And welcome back to Lynn Hard Field after that little bit of break. It's 4-0 as we go to the top of the second. Crewe Burkeville leading over the Lunenburg, and Garnes, of course, remains in as pitching. First up will be Nate Nolan, and one of the things that I was kind of looking at, Robbie, when you look at Crewe, you know, we're talking about the hitting, but in the defense, they got a really, really good pitching depth. Yeah. They've still got Pete Reed. They still got Pete Reed, and they still, of course, got Thomas Parrish. So let's see what they can do. Here comes down the pitch. Way low in there for ball 1. Garn just threw that one into the dirt almost.
Yeah, that was not a very good throw.
Not a very pretty pitch at all. So, 1 ball and no strikes. Lunenburg needs to get the B on the ball like they did yesterday. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. All right. Here comes the next pitch from, that was going to be in there. Is that a strike? It is.
Yes.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
Right there at the knees.
And I got a photographer, I got a coach right in my way, line of sight. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Foster now. Hit of his batter. Here comes the pitch. And this one's going to be a hit to the shortstop. Will he make it in time? Yes, he does.
Beautiful stop. Kept that body right in front of it.
One thing you have to hand it to the shortstop of Crewe Burkeville. That ball was hit hard, and he was able to get in front of it. Even though he bobbled it, he kept his composure, and then made a good throw to Robinson on first base, and that got that first out.
Yeah, very good job by the Crewe Burkeville. So far, they can do no wrong on defense.
Well, this is Moore that's up.
Yeah, Deshaun Moore.
So let's see what Deshaun can do.
Yeah, I got the scoreboard working. Look at that.
Here comes the pitch. That's going to be in there for ball 1. Boy, in tournament play, your pitching depth is extremely important. If you don't have any pitching depth, win one game, you can lose the rest. Here comes now the pitching, swing and a miss, strike one.
Or if you misuse the little bit of pitching depth you have, you'll lose the first game too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that happen as well. I want to elaborate on that.
We refuse to elaborate, please. We'll just keep doing what we're doing.
All right, here comes a wind-up in the pitch.
Oh, inside.
And that's going to be inside for ball two. One of the reasons I think they wanted to start Garnes, though, instead of one of the other two pitchers, he's a left-hander.
And lefty, yeah.
He's a lefty.
You know, to be fair, Blackstone's always had trouble hitting against Garnes in the past. Whenever we see him play, Blackstone seems to have no end of trouble with him.
Yeah, but, well, and that was, 3 balls and 1 strike. But the thing is, if you got a pitching duel like that, that's when they had Matt in there the entire game, was able to keep their defensive to from scoring very many runs. Oh, that one's going to be inside, ball 4. And this is the first time Lunenburg, I believe.
Yep. No, they got base.
They had 1 base hit earlier.
Yeah.
That's the first walk. And Crewe Burkeville has had.
Brings up Jeffrey Goodwin, left fielder for the Lunenburg team, and we are stopping for some reason. Someone's foot on a corner. That's all I heard.
A foot on a corner?
I don't know what that means.
No, talking about one of the coaches.
Oh, coaches shouldn't have been out. Okay.
Yep.
They sent him back home. He stuck his foot out a little bit too far.
Yeah, can't have the old foot out there, that's for sure. Okay, here comes now Garnes with the pitch, and this one's going to be
ball low.
Ball low, and this will be in there for ball 1.
Jeffrey Goodwin.
Goodwin is also a left-handed.
Yep, lefty versus lefty now.
Runner on first base for Lunenburg. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. That hit went straight up.
Yes, it did. I couldn't see because
Did you see that, Tim?
What's that?
That hit went straight up when he tried to swing at that one.
Yeah, well, it was up in his eyes.
I didn't see it because a fly dropped in the middle of the camera lens.
1 ball and 1 strike now is the count. Here comes down the pitch. This one will be fouled back for the second strike. Yeah. Robbie's still talking about that fly in the camera, so he's making all these fly gestures. Whatever that.
He scared me, man. He scared me.
All right. Here comes now the pitch and the wind up, and this one's going to be kind of fouled down the third base line. Now count remains the same, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, this is kind of what I expected. What I didn't realize, what I don't know is how was the other. I know some of the Crewe players, but not all of them. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be low, and it's going to be in there for ball 3. 2 ball.
Yeah,
sorry, ball
2 and 2.
2 and 2 is the count.
Yep. 2-2-2.
2-2-2.
A lot of 2s here.
A lot of 2s.
You're in the second inning. Well, here we go with a pitch. Swing and a miss. That will be strike number 3. So Garnes gets another strikeout.
That brings up Jeb Buchanan. Jeb Buchanan. I got it finally.
So, see what Buchanan can do. Runner on first base now. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be low, ball 1.
And nice stop by the catcher.
Lunenburg needs to get some runners on board and see if they can bat them around and kind of get this score a little bit closer. Trouble is, so far, Garnes have kept that from happening. And the rest of the Crewe Burkeville swing and a miss.
Well, that defense behind him, I mean, they've made 2 great plays. They're at shortstop and they're in right field.
Well, that's Pete Reed at shortstop. He's a good player. And Pete Reed was able to hold it down and throw him out. All right, here's a hard hit ball. This could be a double. Well, don't need a double play. He throws it to Reed for the third and final out. So as we go to the bottom of the second, folks, it is 4-0 in favor of Crewe Burkeville. We shall be right back right after this.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons in Crewe are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile. Located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
Jones. See my sing there.
I didn't know you could sing, Robbie.
I can. That's the beauty of it all, man.
Back here at Linhart Field in Lunenburg, Virginia, it's District 5, Major League All-Stars.
Yep. Hope everyone out there is enjoying the stream or watching us on the DVD. Hope you have as much fun watching as we are making it.
Yeah, Tim's on top of the white elephant underneath the canopy, although it's hot up there, doing a great camera operation. Of course, my co-host, my son, and great computer guy here, Robert Hart, and of course me. And that's why everybody has tuned in to listen to me. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Wow, that's getting bad.
Your head may not fit in this trailer. You keep that up.
Oh, boy. Anyway, 4-0, Crewe-Burkeville lead. And, well, like we were saying earlier, Crewe-Burkeville has played just an extraordinary defense.
Yeah.
Not only so far on the pitching category, but, you know, right inside the diamond as well, and, of course, out in the field. All right, here comes now the pitch. This one's going to be a hard 1-2. The second baseman throws him out.
Out of Blackstone and
we lost you. Oh, okay.
I'm here.
Okay.
This will bring up Vaughn Robinson.
Robertson is the first baseman for the Crewe-Burkeville team.
Here comes the pitch, and this one's going to be
another Hoover.
Right there. Now, throws it to Hoover. Hoover will have him out. That brings up second out.
And Lunenburg likes this. They said, we'll do this all day long.
Oh, yeah, 2 pitches.
Well, that will bring them back up to the top of the batting order.
Nope, Scott Spencer at the bat now.
Oh, that's right. They got to go through their subs. Yep. First time going around. They'll put Fitzgerald on deck. Here comes now the pitch. Fly back. That'll be an in, strike number 1.
You should be glad that one went back, too. If that would have went forward, it would have been another easy out. 3 pitches, 3 outs. Lunenburg would have loved that.
Foster now winds up, delivers a pitch.
Oh, way high.
That thing went sky high. Even the catcher had trouble getting that thing. Now being there for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. After this game, 15, 20 minutes after this game, Blackstone and Dinwiddie Nationals will square off in the loss column. Here is a pitch foul back, strike number 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Really, this is what Lunenburg needs. They need to get this next batter out here in order to really keep the game from getting away from him.
Foster winds up. Here comes the pitch.
Way outside.
And that one's going to be outside for ball 2, 2 ball and 2 strikes.
Like we were talking about earlier, we're just not seeing the very powerful pitching we've seen in years past from any team, frankly.
And this one's going to be.
Ooh, that was close, though.
I don't know. I don't know where that missed.
3 ball and 2 strikes.
It's just been a tad too low.
All right, here comes a full count pitch, and it is chopped and no going, so count remained the same. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full.
And now you're seeing Malik Foster is starting to get a lot of pitches on now.
Foster winds up, and this one's going to be a chopper, and it will go foul. And it can't remain full. Foster winds up. Ball number 4.
So after all that work, he lost him.
Well, Spencer Walk, Fitzgerald will be up, a left-handed super sub. And then they'll come up to the top of the batting order. That puts Reed on deck.
Ball.
That would be ball, and this is when you don't want to walk.
Yeah, you really don't want to get to walking people. This is, especially with only one out to get out of this inning and really kind of neutralize that top part of the order.
Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. That'd be in there for strike 1. People are going to laugh, but I think Lunenburg's been a little bit lucky, although they're down 4-0.
I won't laugh at you much.
Here comes out a pitch. Oh, hit ball. That's going to be a beautiful single. And, you know, Reed looked like he could have almost threw that guy out at second base. It was close.
It was close, yeah. That brings up top of the batting order. Pete Reed coming up to bat. Reed, of course, had a nice single back in the first inning.
Well, thing is, now that troublesome Ford that's coming up for Crewe Burkeville.
I think 4 people are the hardest people to deal with. If they can get one of these guys out and kind of split them up, that would be ideal.
Runners on first and second. Here comes the pitch in there for ball 1.
Oh, little decision there. Considering that his center fielder was nowhere to be found, it's a good thing he didn't try to throw that down the second.
Spencer took a decent lead off and almost didn't get back in time, but of course, didn't matter. Here comes out a pitch.
Oh!
And that was it hit Pete Reed.
That loads the bases up.
Sounded like he hit him right in the helmet.
Yeah.
And
that brings up Dustin
Reynolds,
who had a triple, and not the guy you want to have up right now if you're Lunenburg, that's for sure. Him or the next guy.
The runners on first, second, and third, bases loaded. Foul back in there for strike number 1. This is where the game could really completely get away from Lunenburg right now if they're not careful.
I mean, your hope is that the top 4 of Crewe's gotten a little too aggressive and will start chasing stuff.
Yep. That was going to be in the dirt, and they're going to steal home, and he does. Yeah. He makes it easily, and that'll make it 5-0. They try to throw the guy out at third, but he's safe. Well, you can tell Crewe Burkeville is on our microphone side.
I'd say they're happy too. What do you think?
1-1 now is the count with 2 outs. Runners on second and third, and that takes that force out, which at this point I guess doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Any base will do it. Here comes out a pitch, and that's going to be a foul back. Brings up that second out. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Dustin Reynolds, of course, still a bat. One for a day with a nice RBI.
So here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's an important strikeout, and that will retire the side. 1 run scored, 2 men left on base, and no errors. So right now, as we go now to the top of the third, it is 5-0 in favor of Crewe Burkeville. We shall be right back right after this.
What does your world sound like? That's geography. The music of the world around you. Geography is people, places, environments, and economics. Geography gives us the framework for understanding our world. But sadly, our kids aren't getting enough of it. Half can't locate economic powers like Japan and India, and 20% can't even find the Pacific Ocean. That's why we created MyWonderfulWorld.org. It's part of a free National Geographic-led campaign to give our kids the power of global knowledge. Go to mywonderfulworld.org to learn more and get your free parent and teacher action kits. It's a wonderful world.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
Back here at Linhard Field as we're here at the top of the third. Exciting Dixie Youth baseball, and it's 5-0 in favor of Crewe Burkeville. And Lunenburg, poor Lunenburg hasn't gotten through their batting order one time yet.
And they're in the bottom of the batting order now, so they're the pain just keeps getting worse for poor Lunenburg.
All right. This is Jed Bachman, isn't it? Or is it
Chris Fowler?
Fowler, okay. Oh. And anyway, that ball is hit right to Garnes. Garnes will field it easily to Robinson on first base, and that's out number 1.
Let's go, boys, let's go.
So that will bring up Minix.
Minix, Michael Minix.
Minix. I knew I was going to get that one wrong. At any rate, here goes Garnes. Now winds up. And that one's going to be in there for strike number 1.
Oh, you got your buddy back in front of you.
Yep. In both ways, they got a camera and a coach.
You get water gun, you squirt them when they get in front of you.
Yep. Here comes the windup by Garnes. Swing and a miss in there for strike number 2.
Pulled his head again.
And the thing is, if you're a Crewe Burkeville coach, this game is going exactly like you planned it.
Oh, yes.
Like I said, your 2 best pitchers hadn't even broke a sweat yet. Here comes down a pitch. And we're going to be fouled back. It's in there for strike. Well, still strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. But every time you put your 3rd string pitcher in, and you can do that and still win a ball game, you're in good shape.
Yeah.
All right, here comes now the windup and the pitch.
And knuckleball again.
And that knuckleball now be in there for ball 1. Following this game, you'll be seeing Dinwiddie Nationals go up against the Blackstone All-Stars. Here comes now the pitch, and that's going to be fouled back. Count remaining 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You got to give Minix credit. He's staying alive in there, but, man.
Keep your head in it, but.
Now, Garnes, in the regular season when we played him, started running out of gas, but he didn't run out of gas until about the 4th, until about the 4th, 5th inning.
But let's be honest, he hasn't really pitched that many pitches.
Swing and a miss. He looked like his gas tank was full there.
He's only pitched 35 pitches so far.
That'll be another strikeout, and that's out number 2. That will bring up Fields. Here comes the windup and the pitch, and that's going to be a little bit inside for ball 1.
That was close, though.
A little bit high and outside.
He's missing, but he's not missing by a lot.
Just a teeny bit.
So here comes the windup, and it shows the bunt. Everybody charges. He pulls back. I'll be in there for ball 2.
Good job. Way to move, everybody. Way to move.
Everybody was moving forward, though. And a warning from the plate umpire. I think he kind of when he came around, he was in front of the plate a little bit too much, but he didn't call him out. And he's doing it again, and he pulls back. That was in there for strike 1, 2 balls and 1 strike.
That's a strike anyways.
Hey, choke up a little bit on the bat. Choke up a little bit.
Well,
at the bat now, of course, for Lunenburg.
Here comes a windup and a pitch. And that one's going to be high, ball 4, 3 balls and 1 strike.
You and Rick, Dave, you and Rick. Hey, choke up. Come on, Jay.
And they need to really start working Garnes, because Garnes is, he's only 39 pitches here in the 3rd inning, which is not bad. Lunenburg's been doing a lot of the work for him.
All right, here comes the windup in the pitch.
Ooh,
this one's going to be outside.
Ball four,
it was
though.
very close. Now
I'll put him on base there.
Yep, so Fields will get a walk, and that will bring up Childress. Will come up.
Chandler Childress, right fielder for Lunenburg.
He's a super sub. Then they come, finally Lunenburg will come back to the top of the batting order if they can get him on board. Runner on first base for Lunenburg. Here comes the pitch. And that one's going to be inside ball one.
And, this is really what Lunenburg needs to do. They need to start working Reed, make him tired.
Garnes.
Garnes, I'm sorry. Why did I say Reed? And they're going to have a little talk with him. He's not doing a bad job, though, but...
No, not by any means.
He's doing a great job, actually. They really nothing to correct.
Just go out there and give him a little pep talk.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, especially on the back side of your lineup, you got they've been striking these guys out. And anytime when you yes, the front four is important, but when you start walking those middle guys and then have your front four come up, you're in trouble. Here comes out a pitch, right, and that one's going to be an air for strike number two or number one. Number one.
Strike one. Yep.
Yep. 1-1s count.
But that's the thing. Well, they need to move Fields around somehow, but it's got to be in the form of a base hit. Here comes a pitch.
Strike two.
Base hit or a walk.
And they're not going to sit here and wait on Garnes very long. He will start hitting the strike zones.
So 1 ball and no strikes now.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yep. Here comes the pitch, and this one's going to be a foul right to the Crewe Burkeville coach, and he almost scoops it up, but he makes an error in doing so. Fortunately, that don't count.
There's that.
Oh boy, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 5-0 Crewe Burkeville lead over Lunenburg here at the 3rd inning. And here comes now the pitch, and it's going to be high.
Way high.
It's in there for ball 2. Lunenburg yesterday beat up on Dinwiddie Americans pretty bad, 19-9.
Yeah.
But they're not finding Crewe Burkeville so easy to score on this game.
Well, they're just not able to get over Crewe's pitching so far. And Garnes just doing an excellent job.
Here comes the windup and the pitch. This is about at eye level. Now bring up the count and go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And worst part for Crewe, Lunenburg, is this isn't even Crewe's best pitcher. This is a 3rd-string pitcher that's eating you alive.
Well, it kind of worries everybody. I think everybody was hoping that they would burn out some of their real good pitchers, But it's not going to happen, I don't think, in this game. And that's going to be ball 4. And they're going to...
You can't throw a guy out.
Ball 4 wouldn't make a difference, right?
You can't throw a guy out walking 2 outside.
Well, it looked good. It caused a little excitement.
That brings top of the batting order again. LJ Watson, I'm sorry. LJ is 0 for 1 for a day.
All right, see what they can do. Runners on first and second. That's in there for strike number 1. So Garnes is hanging in there and pitching very, very good. Again, you got to hand a lot of that to the Burkeville defense. Here comes the chopper to Garnes. He is easily, wisely thrown to the 3rd base. So 2 men left on. No runs will score. So as now we go to the bottom of the 3rd, the score still remains 5-0 in favor of Crewe Burkeville. We shall be right back right after this.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
Creeks make more friends and express their individuality. When the day. Learn to play some music, act or paint or dance or write creatively.
Hot from the toaster and filled with the essential creative thinking skills of an 18th century musical genius, Mozart Toasties are an important part of an arts-healthy childhood. Studies show that involvement in the arts helps kids increase test scores and promotes academic achievement. Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org. The arts. Ask for more. Brought to you by Americans for the Arts, the NAM Foundation, and the Ad Council.
Well, we're going to see some bullpen action, and they're going to bring in Pete Reed is going over there and starting to warm up for Crewe Burkeville.
You know, that's probably not a bad idea. I mean, you pitch your third string 3 innings, you pitch your second string 3 innings, and guess what? They're all ready for tomorrow to play. That way you're not burning out any one of your pitchers.
Well, Pete Reed, not a super fast pitcher, but a very accurate pitcher. We've seen him pitch in the regular season.
Yep.
And that was that real close game between Rotary and the VFW, and it was it really put on a good. Okay, here comes Garnes at it up. Hit a home run earlier. Here comes a pitch. And here comes a high pop. It's going to go over everybody's head. This will roll to the bench. Garnes will now run to second base. He's going to go to third and will be held up at third base.
And what was Foster thinking on that one? That wasn't even a very good throw. That brings up Thomas Parrish, who has a single today. But yeah, I gotta say that
should be Thomas Parrish. Yeah. Thomas Parrish, Garnes on third base. I wouldn't be surprised if this one goes out of here. That one's going to be. I think he just tried too hard for that one, and that one went foul ball for strike one. No balls and one strike. One way you're going to get Parrish, though, out is to place that ball very carefully. Here comes the pitch, and this one's going to be a hard hit ball to Hoover. Hoover throws it to first, doesn't get him. No, third, he doesn't get him. But what a grab by Hoover. That ball was hit down to third base. Parrish swinging a little bit late and was end up getting that one, bring up the first out. Wow. I was surprised at that one. That was going to be in there for strike one.
And to be fair to Garnes, he's lucky he got back there in time. That one, he had to react quick. Oh, way inside.
That was going to be inside. Garnes is going to steal. It's going to be close. He slides in, and he is safe, and it's now 6-0. Well, here comes now the pitch, and this one's going to be a hard hit ball to the second baseman. Throws him out to Hoover, and that'll be the second out.
Brings up Seth Finch, I believe. Who's the number there, Tim? I can't see his. 26. Seth Finch. Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, we'll see what Finch can do.
Seth is walked last time he was up in the first inning.
Oh. I guess that missed us a little bit outside.
That was close, yeah.
So Pete Reed is over there warming up in the bullpen. Here comes down the pitch. This one's going to be in there for strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, we've seen some pretty good hitting by Crewe today. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Garnes hit a home run earlier in this game.
Yep.
That's the only one really we've seen go out. Here comes now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, now retired aside. So, anyway, as we go now to the top of the 4th, Crewe Burkeville is leading 6-0. We'll be right back right after this.
These are not your ordinary doctors. They are the accounting surgeons. Allow them to show you the personal attention it takes in order to receive every single deduction you deserve. The accounting surgeons in Crewe are here for you all year long, not just January to May. Whether you need tax preparation, payroll work, or bookkeeping services, call the accounting surgeons today. 434-538-0595. They offer very reasonable rates along with their year-round service with a smile, located at 126 East Carolina Avenue in Crewe. The accounting surgeons are here for you. Phone 434-538-0595.
The best stuff ever.
Brought to you by Radio Shack.
I need a new phone, so I'll go to Radio Shack, take their advice, and buy a Sony Ericsson Z750 with AT&T service. It has a 2-megapixel camera, FM radio, and a web browser, so I can surf the internet. And then one day at a car dealership, I'll find the price of a car too high, but the salesman won't agree, and he'll throw me a challenge, and he'll give me the car for free if I find it for cheaper, so I'll use the internet on my phone, find it for cheaper, and get it for free. And I'll owe it all to Radio Shack.
Don't just buy stuff.
Do stuff.
See your local Radio Shack dealer at Southside Electronics, Blackstone Square Shopping Center.
Back here at Linhard Field as we go to the top of the fourth. It is 6-0 in favor of Crewe Burkeville. And one of the things that Lunenburg has not been able to do, they have not been able to really get the battle on the ball with any consistency to score any runs.
None at all. They strain a bunch of people on base. A few times they get on, and they're just not hitting. I'm sorry.
Oh, they haven't had no one past second base, I don't believe.
Yeah, I think they've just been stuck there. And we were talking about this during the break. I mean, I hate to say it, Lunenburg's in deep trouble because they got their second-string pitcher coming in now, which is a Reed, who's really good. And if somehow Lunenburg's able to hit against him, if they get in trouble, Crewe can always just bring in Parrish and shut them down.
Oh, yeah. And exactly what they wanted to do. Anytime, like you said, bringing in, this is exactly what Blackstone wanted to do when they played against Farmville the other day, but it didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
In fact, it went the opposite way. Okay, here comes now Reed. He's in for pitching. That one's going to be high for ball one.
Josh Payton at the bat now for the Lunenburg team. He is, of course, 0 for 1 for a day.
Josh Payton is basically the best hitter. He's had 6 home runs on the year. And that was going to go in there for strike ball.
Ball number 2.
Ball 2, huh?
A little bit inside.
It's close, but it was a ball.
Well, that brings it up 2 balls and no strike. Reed looks, winds up. Here comes the pitch. And this one's going to be a hard hit ball right to the Garns. Garns will throw it out. And that'll be out number 1.
And that's pretty much been the name of the game all day long for Lunenburg, huh?
Yeah, hitting it right to him.
Greg, that brings up Malik Foster up to bat now for the Lunenburg team.
So when something like this happens, you can't get on base, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Pitching is everything in this league. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be low, ball 1. But if you got a consistent pitcher.
That's all you need, consistency. And someone who can continue.
Yep. It's all about containment. It really is. I mean, I'll argue that down with anybody. You get somebody who can contain your no runs, they can't win. Here comes a hard pitch. And a hard hit to the shortstop. Throws it to Robinson on first base. Crewe Burkeville, and that's out number 2.
Second base, Reynolds did a good job there.
Yeah. That brings up Ethan Hoover, cleanup batter, first baseman for the Lunenburg All-Stars.
Hoover.
He struck out last time.
Yep. And that was in there for strike 1. Hit a home run yesterday.
Having the same luck today.
No, none of the Lunenburg been able to get nothing much. Reed winds up. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pete Reed also was brought in from the travel team. They're good. He's a good player. Here comes now the pitch. That one didn't look good. The only thing traveled there was a ball, and that traveled to home plate.
It rolled to home plate, I think.
Yeah. We saw Pete in the regular season when Rotary played VFW, and just for a few hits, Pete really kind of shut Rotary down. Here comes now the pitch. And this one's going to be a hard hit ball, and it's going to go through the shortstop. through Garnes. Garnes couldn't get over there quite fast enough, and that's going to be a nice base hit for Hoover.
That brings up Nate Nolan. Nate Nolan 0 for 1.
They'd like to get him around past second base if possible. That's the furthest as Lunenburg has gotten, like Tim said. Nobody passed second base in the entire game. Here comes the windup and the pitch. This one's going to be low for ball one. This game keeps going. All right, here comes the pitch. All right, that's going to be ball number 3, or number 2, rather. Runner will go down to second. Kind of close, but mishandled a little bit, but good backup. So now Hoover's down on second base. So if this game keeps going, man, so they're going to have all their pitchers, well, not all of them, but they're going to have at least 2 of their pitchers and their 2 best pitchers that will be able to start if need be. All right, here comes the pitch from Reed, but that was a low once again.
No, he's not going to run this time.
What happened to Reed on those last couple of pitches, and that brings the ball 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah. They're going to call a timeout. Have a little talk with Reed. Say, hey, man, where's your strike zone there? Doing good earlier. You need a bigger target? Need a catcher to move the glove or something? That sort of thing.
Yeah, they're going to draw that line. Did you see that, Tim?
Yeah.
Hey, man, you know.
Mr. Matthews should be doing right.
Exactly.
Well, when these two went against each other during the regular season, it was only a 1-run difference, and it went all the way to the last inning. And then Air finally won that game, and, of course, VFW won it. But, all right, here comes a nice pitch, nice hit, and that one goes all the way to Joseph Reed into center field. And he trots it up, and Lunenburg finally gets a runner on third base.
Runners at the corners now. That brings up Deshaun Moore, who walked last time he was up.
This is where this humidity will start coming into play now, too.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's only, new pitches, only up to 13 pitches so far.
But Reed can stay in there for right many pitches. Swing and a miss in there for strike 1.
Like we said, if somehow Lunenburg should catch up and start closing in, all the Crewe need to do is bring in Parrish to shut it down.
Yeah, exactly.
You can afford to play around and let your pitcher pitch for a while.
Reed now winds up. Here comes down to pitch. And that one's going to be a little bit inside from ball 1. Reed is also a non-curveball pitcher. In fact, I think, some of the best pitchers in Crewe Burkeville Lead and in Blackstone are non-fastball pitchers. Here comes down the pitch. And that
you mean non-curveball?
Non-curveball. I'm sorry, non-curveball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Excuse me, folks. I meant to say that. Thing is, if they don't throw a lot of curveballs, you'll probably see them in 3 or 4 years.
Whoa! Hey, I think. There we go. That was a strike, anyways. Car might turn down. No, that's not you. Turn. Someone's caught. You got a little high-pitched voice here. There you go.
That was your mic.
That was me. I didn't move.
I got it straight.
Okay. Got loud all of a sudden.
Yeah, it did.
All right.
Anyways, that was a strike that time, so 2 balls, 2 strikes.
All right, here comes down the pitch on a 2-2 count.
Yeah, that was loud. I'm about ready to rip the headphones off. I couldn't stand it much longer.
Okay, full count now is the, sorry about that little noise.
Important pitch for Lunenburg. You need to keep in this opportunity or keep going.
So now here comes down. Reed will wind up. Here comes down the pitch way inside.
Way inside. You don't walk him there.
Hoover will kind of get on down to second base. Hoover not a real fast runner.
That loads the bases up.
But that loads the bases up, though, with 2 outs.
I believe Jeffrey Goodwin coming to bat now.
Yeah, catcher.
Yeah. Oh,
Lunenburg is any time now needs to start doing something. I'm surprised Reed is having a little trouble here.
Yeah. Hot, maybe just not used to it. So Lunenburg trying to get a 2-out rally going here. Goodwin is 0-for-1, struck out back in the second inning.
Reed winds up. Here comes the pitch.
Inside.
This one's going to be low for ball one.
Of course, Goodwin there, a left-handed batter.
Well, talking about, you know, hot and humidity and everything, like Tim was talking about, sometimes that comes into play, especially with a real hard pitcher, hard-throwing pitcher. This one's going to be chopped out. This one's going to be in there for base hit. Lunenburg will score one. That puts that takes the old goose egg off the board and replaces it with a one. And with 2 outs, they kind of got a 2-out rally coming up. So with runners on first, second, and third, Reed now looks, winds up. They lead 5-1, 6-1, excuse me. Well, that hit by Goodwin, that will that cut the lead all to 5.
All the way to 5, huh?
Yeah. Here comes down the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's in there for strike number 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. So, bases loaded, 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch, and this one's going to be foul back. Heading towards the white elephant.
Heading towards your car.
Didn't hear no big boom.
Where your car was, I should say.
Yep.
Moved your car this time today.
1 ball and 2 strikes. No, I parked the car way down the other end for my windshield won't get bashed out.
Have to be a really hard foul ball to get to you, huh?
Oh, yeah. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Reed now winds up with bases loaded. Here comes the pitch. That ball's low for ball 2. That brings the count 2-2.
You know, the great thing Crewe did, too, is they still got, for their next game, they got all 3 of their pitchers still because Barnes only threw 3 innings.
That's true. Yep. That's why
I thought it was 4.
He only went 3. That's why he went.
Wow. So that
was close. I thought that was a strike.
Yeah, I guess that was a little bit too far inside.
Well, that brings the count to full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, my theory is as long as the umpire is being fair for both teams, just got to get used to the strike zone.
So in any case, Crewe's going to be able to go in to play Charlotte if they pull this game out with all cylinders hitting.
High, ball 4.
And that's going to be ball 4.
Walk a run in.
And that walks a run in. We might see Thomas Parrish before long.
I don't think you'd see him this
inning. Yeah, they want to hold him until tomorrow. Again, you kind of want to keep your secret weapon secret until the last moment.
Well, Thomas Parrish is no secret weapon. I mean, everybody knows Thomas Parrish.
Maybe so. You still don't want to give him a preview of how he does. Give the enemy as little information as possible, right?
Oh, yeah. Here comes the windup of the pitch.
Ball.
And that one's going to be in there for ball. That's going to be 1 ball, no strikes.
But I guarantee if this keeps up for any longer, you will see Parrish come in probably.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't keep it going on for another 2 runs.
And that's going to be foul back. 1-1 is count. But yeah, but you wouldn't see it unless they score probably another 2 or 3 runs.
2 or 3 runs, yeah. Exactly.
Then you're going to see
you'll see a change. That's when things will get. Again, that's when the shutdown begins.
They'll probably just put Pete Reed in center field and bring Thomas Parrish in.
Yeah.
Here comes Pete Reed now with a pitch. This one's going to be a chop up. Garnes calls it easy, gets it for that second out. So 2 runs scored, 2 men left on, or 3 men left on actually. And as we go now to the bottom of the 4th, I believe.
Yep.
It is 6-2. We'll be right back right after these messages.